What's going on, boxing fans? Julian Williams with the distance. I'm here to give my thoughts on the documentary that aired last night at ESPN with Muhammad Ali and Larry Holmes. It was a really good documentary. It showed the lead up and build up to the Ali Holmes matchup, which took place in 1980, and but basically it kind of showed Muhammad Ali's skills deteriorating a bit, but but we get to see everything on the outside leading up to the Holmes fight, which was good because I've never seen that before. Ali had been out of the sport for a while, and he was a bit overweight and stuff. But we get to hear some inside facts, and hear from the doctors and the people around, what their thoughts of the fight were. And it was nice to see that foundation of people and coming together and telling their facts and their side of the story. But sad enough, we have to see Ali deteriorating and being on the decline, and and it's hard for any boxing fan to see Ali on the decline like that. Hell, it's hard to see him now, but anyway, it was a great documentary. Um, I recommend that to anybody who enjoys boxing watches it. But it's a good documentary. It was nice to see Larry Holmes in a different light, and you kind of see him as a bit egotistical watching it. There was even like a song about Larry Holmes that he was listening to in his car, and showed the 8-track player. But anyway, it was a great documentary. And on to some other news. Chris Arreola, more than likely could be fighting James Toney. I've been reading it on forums and stuff. I'm not gonna confirm it until I hear until ESPN confirms it. But I'd like to see Arreola fight James Toney. This is the ultimate test of his career, if you ask me, because I think James Toney could be the most fundamentally sound boxer that he'll ever face right now. Um, it's better than the other names that have been brought up, like Ray Austin, Malik Scott, and another guy. But James Toney is a good fight for Arreola to come back to. Um, and on top of that, it could prepare him for other opportunities, because now David Tua is fighting another guy, or in talks to fight another guy. So it only leaves James Toney and Ray Austin, because Muskayev is fighting someone else in an eliminator bout. Never heard of the other guy he's fighting, but Arreola looks to be on the comeback trail right now. Fighting on December 5th. He's already in training, and we'll see who he fights. But I honestly hope that it's James Toney. James Toney is one of my favorite fighters. He's skilled, and right now James Toney's focused. He's focused. He's keeping his weight down. He was down to like 217 his last matchup. Back in like September the 12th, down to 217. But but honestly hope that Arreola fights James Toney, because this here is the ultimate test, and if you ask me, it would be a close matchup, but we get to see more of the boxing skill of Chris Arreola if he does this fight, because it's going to be hard to touch James Toney with his defense, because remember, James Toney's a defense specialist. So, but I haven't really seen James Toney in the past year or so, since like Freza Kendo back in December. So, but anyway, that's my thoughts on that. And Rogers Mtagwa might be fighting Yuriorkis Gamboa, and I believe Juan Manuel Lopez will be fighting Steve Luevano on January 23rd on the same card on HBO. So I think Bob Arum is trying to set up a unification bout for the summer of 2010, and which could be very good. We get to see Yuriorkis Gamboa against the man that pretty much had a close matchup with Juan Manuel Lopez, and we get to see how Gamboa does against Mtagwa. And then on top of that, we get to see Lopez fight another champion. I think he's moving up, so we'll see what happens there. But anyway, that's my thought on some news that I've heard. Be sure to check out Rope Dope Radio tonight. I'll definitely be calling in and be involved and you guys be involved in the chat and stuff. But anyway, that was the distance. Peace.